Welcome to Southwest Yard and Garden. This is our second year. This is the first show of our new second year, so I want to welcome all the viewers to Southwest Yard and Garden. And today we're going to be talking about things to do for the month of April. And we're going to be talking about primarily the southern part of the state. And some of the things are, of course, getting our warm season annual flowers planted. And one that's very, very popular, of course, is marigolds. And marigolds are get a lot of different colors on them, and marigolds really love the heat, and they just kind of go bonkers in the heat. So we love to plant marigolds, and you can get them in different, height ranges, sizes, and colors. So there's a lot of variation in them. They can be started from seed very easily, or you can buy them in the 6-packs at your local nursery. So this is one that you might want to look at. Verbenas are another one that is quite popularly used in landscapes, and verbenas like to bloom and kind of show off a lot here in the spring and early summer. As we get in the heat of summer, they kind of start to lose some of their bloom and go into more of a seed set, and then they'll kick back in towards the end of the summer. So these do quite well this time of year, and you'll get a lot of bang for your buck with verbenas. Again, they can be started from seed or bought as transplants. Another one that always gets quite a bit of curiosity from people is what we call the Celosia or coxcomb, and it has this little couple different heads on it. This particular one is the one that has the more wavy little, you can see nice bright colors on it. There are some that have just kind of a nice kind of fuzzy spike on it rather than this little crested formation. So there's a couple different ones. This crested formation gets quite larger, and the plant, of course, gets a little bit higher in height, but these do quite well in the heat, and another very popular plant in the as far as the 6-pack arena. Another one is the Petunia, and petunias are one that will go pretty good during the cooler parts of the spring and early summer. And then as we get into the heat of the summer, the petunias will tend to lose some of their production as far as flower. And what we do is just kind of keep them pinched, keep the plant thick, keep it from getting too leggy and too spindly. All these plants will need a little bit of fertilizer to keep them going. So we want to keep all our flowers going here. Another one that's quite popular is cosmos. This one's just got some buds on it, but that can be easily started from seed also. So you can get the seed packs or the 6-packs on these. And so just some ideas of different plants. You do want to visit your local nursery and see some of the plants that are available. Here's some begonias. These are good for shade areas. So if you have a lot of dense shade in an area and don't have much luck with some of the other flowers, begonias are something that you might want to try. They're making a lot of improvements in begonias, and there's a lot of variety in leaf shape, color, bloom color. So again, you want to visit some of your nurseries and see some of the plants that are out there. Also in the warm season arena, of course, is our warm season vegetables. And here's some peppers. As far as growth, I like to get peppers and tomatoes started from a transplant. Here's the peppers, and then here's a nice sturdy tomato transplant. You want good healthy plant material to start with, so you want to see some nice healthy stalks on them. But starting them out as a transplant, you're getting somewhere about 4 to 6 weeks jump on the season, so start out with transplants. Other warm season crops can be beans. These are grown as a transplant, but they start very, very easily from seed. So you can buy them in either form. These we just happen to find in the 6-pack, but again, they start very easily from seed. So we like to use those. A lot of our, this is squash. A lot of our melons and squash do quite well. So as our temperature starts to warm up, we want to get those seed in the ground and get them off to a good start. Some other things that we can look at are some of our succulents. This is couple different examples. This is ice plant, one type of ice plant. There's a lot of different types of ice plant that are grown here in the southern part of the state. Even though we're fairly warm. Some winters you will get a little bit of damage on your ice plant, but they are a plant that does quite well in the heat. Does require a little bit of water to keep them full and keep them looking good, but they do quite well. This is Hearts and Flowers. This is one that, usually you just get a little bit of a start and it'll take over the yard. So this is a very popular plant and easily propagated. So once you get it started, it really takes over the yard. So we want to do that. Also, I want to mention some of the weeds that are showing up in yards right now. A lot of our worm season weeds are going to start coming in. As far as some of our weed killers, this is a broadleaf weed killer. So we use this for our weeds that have a, like prostrate knotweed and some of those that are have a broader leaf. We want to use these when the temperatures are below 85 degrees. So as we start getting towards the end of the month, our temperatures are going to get up. This one we're going to use for our grassy weeds, and won't damage our turf grass or Bermuda grass as long as it's used according to directions. So be sure and read the directions on that. So that's a couple things that we can, get started on. There's a lot of things we can do in April, but hopefully these will give you some tips of what to do here in April.